What it is, y'all? It is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you today with more Danmachi. And today we're going to be talking about 7th Zone, but we already talked about Wind Zone. We haven't yet had a conversation about Light Zone, and I think that's because I kind of thought Light Zone would be a little too easy. So what I want to do here is I want to try to go at this with a couple of, well, I said a couple of, I really don't have a lot of beast killers that I can rely on this team. Honestly, the only 2 beast killers that I have that are max limit broken are Clown Argo and the Cassandra that's really more of a support. So if I want to take this out and I want to flex a beast killer, I think Clown Argo is my only real bet on my team. Now, if you've got some beast killers, this is going to be a great litmus test to see if we can really take this on. And if you notice, all my assists and my sack units are really designed to debuff fire so that we can see if Clown Argo is actually produce the damage. Now, before we get too distraught by, okay, he's not producing X, Y, or Z, let's keep one thing in very clear mind here. The units we're using here, specifically Otaro, I would say Clown Argo himself, he's free to play, okay? He's completely free to play and he's not max ascended. So I'm really not expecting a million damage out of him. I'm kind of expecting a questionable showing, if I'm entirely honest. Now, I'm going to give him every opportunity I can. I really am. But I'm not expecting the world out of him. That said, let me change one thing here real quick. I really want to debuff Dark. And I know if I throw Goblin Slayer on here, that's a good opportunity. But, let's see, he doesn't either. Yeah, I might have to throw Goblin Slayer on there if I want to debuff Dark. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm going to let them do what they can do. Because Dark is already going to be debuffed enough, and we're going to debuff Physical quite a bit. So let's go ahead and jump in and do this as like a little test, okay? And let's see if Clown Argo is able to increase those scores. Because the score thus far has not been great, if I'm entirely honest with myself. But you know what? Let's just see what happens here, okay? It's already coming out of the gate with that Beast Killer damage, but obviously, not anything really to write home about. But we do need to still do some debuffing. Okay, so instantly I see problem number 1 is I need Haruhime on the front lines. Okay, that's easy enough. That's not anything that is gonna be detrimental to this team. Basically what I'll do is I'll swap these 3 slots, and then in fact, let me put him there. There we go. All right. Let's try that again. All right. Just a couple of quick changes. The main reason I'm going to do that is because Clown did die quickly, so we need to make sure we get a debuff out early. So let's go back and try this again. Once again, everything on the assist side is debuffing fire, not dark. So we're not going to see, crazy damage necessarily out of Otaro, but we are hopefully going to see enough out of Argo to kind of make up the difference from where we had before. Now, once again, I am going to bring in Elise, but I'm going to bring in Elise in the basically the fact that she's going to debuff fire resistance down 40%. Because once they buff fire resistance, it's going to go from 90% up to 110. Obviously, the further we can debuff that, the better we're going to do. So we're going to continue on that path. I'm going to go ahead and continue on this path of, I basically want to do as much damage as humanly possible. I did a single target with Otaro first turn, didn't I? That's okay. That's all right. Not losing sleep over that. Bam, look at that. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and do Yosuke on this turn. I'm not going to do, I'm going to do Sheikah. Now, I'll explain why I'm going to do Sheikah here in a second. Let's make sure Argo has all of his buffs. He does. He is debuffed, though, which is going to suck, but it's not the end of the world, honestly. Here we go. Now, do bear in mind, if I do Haruhime's SA, we're going to get a huge, well, okay, not huge, because Clown is already buffed 75%. He's going to get an extra 25% buff from Strength. Do believe believe he does not have a magic buff. So if he had a magic buff, that'd be great. But, you know, once again, do bear in mind there is a lot left on the table for him. But that said, you know, fire is been debuffed enough. Nowhere near as much as dark, but it's been debuffed enough. Physical has been debuffed quite a bit. So maybe we can perhaps start producing damage on this turn. Okay, let's make sure none of the buffs or debuffs are going to wear out. Nope, everything looks good there. Looks good there. Looks good there, and looks good there. So we'll be in good shape. We're going to go ahead and do our SA, get 100% strength and magic. Let's see where we can go. Now, as I was saying, Clown Argo doesn't have a fire buff, so if he had a fire buff, this would be even better. But at the moment, we're really just working on strength with a little bit, you know, that little base fire modifier, which has been nullified quite a bit, honestly. Okay. There we go. And once again, not really producing crazy damage. So, at this point, I just kind of want to see if we can improve our score. So we're basically just going to spam these attacks at this point. There's really no reason to change up what we're doing. Everything's going to be golden. Let's see. I forget what his SA is. Maybe I'll wait and do a double SA with him and Otarl and see how that works out. Is Ultra Fire... Yeah. We'll do a double SA with him and Otarl and see what kind of numbers we're able to pull out. And I do feel like that is going to take us quite a bit further out than I'd like to be, so maybe at that point it is going to nullify some of the extra boosts I would have gotten from him. But also bear in mind, the other option was to throw a dark unit on this team, and, well, we could just cheese it that way and it would be effective, but I'd really like to see if we can flex a Beast Killer here. So if you've got some Beast Killers that are max limit break, I would really recommend trying this out, because in theory, if you have one of some of the newer units, you should be doing pretty well here. I unfortunately lack a lot of those units because I told you guys not to summon, and I didn't for most of them. So, or I've got one or two of them, which isn't going to be enough to really produce the kind of damage I'd like to produce here. There we go. All right, so now we're going to do a double SA with Argo and with Otarl. Let's see, Argo gets... Now remember, he doesn't have any percentage modifier here, so I'm not expecting great things, but if we can get 500,000, I would be ecstatic, but I don't think he's going to even produce that. Oh my god. Yeah, maybe some of my plus 2s, plus 3s might even be better than that, so Otarl's going to hit for like good numbers here. It didn't even hit as hard as I thought he would. All right. They have a combo, though. A little surprised. Oh, okay. It's that base combo like everybody has. All right. Let's do this. The combo did almost as much damage as Clown did. That's crazy. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go back through my team. Maybe some of my plus 2s, plus 3s would be even better. Just for the simple sake of sheer damage production, because I like to, as often as I can, test out these free-to-play units, but being a unit that's almost a year and a half old at this point, I wasn't expecting miracles out of him, but I was really expecting more than that. Even though, yes, I know he was free-to-play, and he comes from an era where free-to-play was... Let's be real, he was still relevant even as a free-to-play unit for quite a bit of time after he first dropped. So, I don't think it's out of the realm of reason to expect a little bit more out of him. But, you know, 100k is not worth it, frankly. We would have gotten so much more out of Otarl just by debuffing him. Now, to be fair, we'll probably still get an S-Clear. Maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed. S-Clear is turn 15, and it looks like we're doing a decent amount of damage. So we only had an A-Clear before, so maybe we are still going to see some improvement, though how much probably is still up for debate. All right. Let's keep going. We got 3 more turns to beat them. And also bear in mind I didn't bring Otaro with the right attacks there twice now. So we are lacking a bit of damage here. You know, I really think I'm going to come back and revisit this tomorrow. I'm going to sleep on this and really try to come up with a team that has some beast killers. Maybe they're not +2, +3, but maybe they'll be able to produce the kind of damage I really just want to see out of these units. Because I really feel like a +2 or +3 could match Otaro easily if they have a percentage boost and a good buff. Most of them are probably going to be wind. I believe most of the beast killers are actually wind. So I think this deserves a second test. I really feel like this deserves a second test. You guys let me know in the comments section down below what beast killers, and try it out for yourselves. Let me know what beast killers you guys tried, what worked for you guys, and what kind of numbers you were seeing. Because I'm not too ecstatic. And the best way to tell is to make sure that you have enough assists on there to debuff their element, and whether it's physical or magic that you're using, and get those SA numbers. Get the average damage output on SA. That is a really great way to tell, you know, how well you've built the team and how much damage you're actually for real producing. I'm going to probably here on stream work on the teams a little bit with you guys. We're going to start the stream very shortly after this video goes live. So keep an eye out for that. Ryu being out of MP is hurting this this team a lot. So we didn't get the S clear. We might not even get a clear on this at this rate. I'm very concerned about that, actually. Because with Ryu not doing her attacks, our damage multiplier is just falling right off. Alright. No? No? I thought Otaro was going to do... Okay, whatever. That one's on me. That one's 100% on me. Alright. So turn 18, we can do a double SA. Yeah. So let's make sure everything is still in place. It is. So I'm actually going to do a double SA with Otaro and a Ryu next turn and see the sheer damage difference. Because remember, Argo produced, what, a little over 100k. And to be fair, there's a 50% modifier on Ryu, but it represents more of the modern SAs. Let's just see what she does. Just sheer comparison. She's not a beast killer. She's just an older unit at this point. Almost a year old, in fact. Yeah, say 300k. About what Otaro's producing. So yeah, I'm going to come back. I'm going to revisit this in the morning. I'm going to sleep on this and try to come up with some beast killers. We'll do a redo, and then obviously on stream we'll probably fart around with this as well and see if we can really come up with a team that produces some damage. So if you want to see that, make sure you tune in tomorrow morning. We'll cover this in, like I said, more detail, and maybe even have a few non-max limit broken units. But that was a pathetic showing, if I am completely honest. I know we can do it. I'm going to come back at it. You guys let me know. Let's see if we can build a team to do this in the comments section. And I'll take a look at those, and we'll kind of go over that and see if we can address that in the morning. But for now, that is the video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be back at you guys here in the AM.